Hey guys, it's Tracy from Entrepreneur Girl, and today is Tracy's Tuesday Tips, and we are going to be talking about architectural salvage, also known as repurposing, and how you can utilize it in your eBay and Amazon business. We are heading through the mountains to go to Otto, North Carolina. Okay, so here we are in Otto, North Carolina at our Architectural Salvage Center, and I've never been to one. I've just been researching them so far up to this point, so I'm super excited to explore this with you today. It is so fun shopping out here. I'm already completely overwhelmed by just the items outside the store, and we haven't even gone inside yet. But I love vintage. I love all of this history, all of these old things, and I've been wanting to come here for a long time, so I'm glad to be able to finally stop and, journey it with you today. Thanks. I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
This is my first time here.
Okay.
How do you know the prices on?
Point and I'll talk.
Okay.
No, thank you. We try to be reasonable. I mean, we try to treat people fairly. I sell a lot to dealers, designers, that kind of thing. So I try to move stuff, let people make money off of it whenever they resell it, that kind of thing.
Okay. Wow. Well, I guess I'll take a look around and then.
My name's David.
How late are you open until?
What time is it now? I don't know. We'll be here till 5 anyway, probably.
Okay. What time is it?
4:30.
4:30. All right.
All right.
30 minutes. Thank
Fair enough.
you.
Take your time. My name's David.
I'm Tracy.
Tracy?
Nice to meet
Pleasure.
you, David.
Where are you from?
Well, I'm from Florida, but we come up to Dillard all the time. I've been in Boone.
Cool.
And so I kind of came a long ways. I could come back through Dillard because I like Dillard. And you were my first stop because I always miss you. You always, but I don't know your hours. I'm like, oh, I miss it. Oh, okay, thank you. So architectural design, repurposing, this is a business that was born out of people not wanting to see all of these lovely things go to waste. And also because a consequence of the housing meltdown, since about 2008, there's just been this abandonment of hundreds of thousands of homes, hundreds of thousands, that would have been demolished. Every time I'm in Indiana, I see barns just abandoned. They're falling down. And I just want to go in there and salvage all that I can because this type of stuff, there's a huge market for it. People, want to be able to obtain these items and they can't, either through effort or through location. Like I don't have these types of places much in southern Florida. And so, they like it. There's a market for it. They're actually willing to pay more for it because of the character and because, let's face it, the stuff is just made a lot better than even the newer items made today. So you can take advantage of this opportunity. I can too, by eliminating the one potential problem with salvage, and that is people want the treasures that can be unearthed, but they're reluctant or unable or, just can't have the effort that they need to get the items. So that's what makes it a business for us. There are a couple of directions that we can take when we want to make a living from, architectural salvage. The main ones is you can use it for your personal use The second is you can create a brick and mortar store like we're seeing right now. Now this one is really inexpensive, but some of them that you go to are made for higher end clientele that want to incorporate it, into their new houses and then their design. And you'll see chairs go for like $495. So that's not the type of places we're searching out. We're searching out more like this place where, you could buy a knob for $1, or you can buy a letter for 10. So this is kind of what, the perfect place that I've been looking for, and I'm just so glad to have found it. But you can create a store like this. You can create a higher end store if you wanted a brick and mortar. For most of us on this channel, we're looking at the online potential, which we're going to talk about, in a second. But other ways you can utilize it is if you're in construction, like my husband, or in design, or other fields that would kind of warrant use of these types of items. This would be a great way to make a profit. I kind of feel like I'm in some kind of Hollywood prop department or photograph studio. It's kind of surreal being here with all of this history and all of these odd pieces. You could find some really eccentric things here, but I love it. I love vintage. I like the history. I like to feel like I'm recycling and repurposing and saving the earth one piece at a time. Going green, I think, is pretty important for our businesses. And some houses now that look older, they're actually newly built, but they look aged because of these architectural salvage pieces that I'm finding here. They're incorporated into the design and the construction, and I just think it's so neat to have new things with a little bit of old. It's just really cool to look at all of this. Now, when I was researching how we can make money as resellers on salvage goods, I found that you could be a freelance supplier to centers like this one or the higher end ones. You can also have your own website where you sell your goods and you can kind of gain a clientele from these centers. Of course, there's eBay and Amazon and Craigslist and Etsy. I found a lot on social media. If you look at Pinterest and just Google it, I went on to eBay and there were places like Black Dog, Architectural Salvage, and it's a store on eBay. And these letters that I found here for $10, he had similar letters that he was selling for $225. I did look on Amazon. I didn't see quite as much vintage, but if you put in Architectural Salvage and then you look at like page 4, you'll start to see vent covers and vintage knobs and the registered grills and the letters and all of that. These centers can be found in most major cities, and they offer everything from windows to doors to hardware to plumbing, lighting, tile, stoves, just really every odd piece that you can imagine. And my friend suggested to look for cast iron, marble, china. Older pieces, of course, have higher value. Do your research before you list them. Know your period, know your style, so that you can sell it better, sell it with its history. I went on a couple of sites like www.re-store.org and architecturalsalvage.com, and just started looking around at different centers, and they could be small or large. Major ones like a real warehouse with huge stock Others are kind of more like this one, like an antique store, or you can have broken windows and just kind of stuff laying everywhere, which is kind of what I prefer because normally the prices are a little bit better. But you're going to find all types when you start to look. But I really wanted to show you this one because I think it's just perfect and kind of give you a feel for it. Hope it was helpful, guys, and I'll see you next Thursday for our next video. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe and like below if the video was helpful to you, and comment if you have anything to add. We'd all like to hear your experiences too. Thanks, guys. Okay, PSS. If you can think of any other places that you would like to explore, I'm trying to do a video on every way to acquire inventory for us resellers so that I can show you every single option out there, like dumpster diving and salvage centers. So if you have additional ideas, I'd love to hear them. Post them down below. Thanks.